What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Ransom Doty channel. Today is Matthew 5:31. This is a great verse. We just exited out of murder and adultery, and now we are talking about divorce, which is a huge thing in America this year, or now. It's actually 50% of marriages end in divorce nowadays. Or actually, hang on, give me 1 second. I'm gonna look up the exact. I don't know if it's what is the percentage of marriages that end in divorce. Let's see, 50%. So I was right. That is wild. 50% of marriages end in divorce. That, in my opinion, I think that is so crazy. I grew up in a household, and obviously I'm still in high school, but I was so blessed with such amazing parents that they've been married my whole life. They've really never had, they've obviously had trials in their marriage. They haven't had a perfect marriage, but I've had such a good role model marriage to look at. So it's hard for me sometimes to grasp 50% of marriages end in divorce. So I think that's crazy. But this is Jesus talking about divorce. He's going to be talking about it, this verse, and Matthew 5:31 and Matthew 5:32. So this is what Matthew 5:31 says. It was also said, so this is what Jesus has been doing. He has been quoting scripture. So we can see Jesus quoting the Torah multiple times. Whether that's murder or adultery or divorce. So he is quoting scripture. He's quoting Exodus and he's quoting Deuteronomy. He's quoting the Torah. This is what he says, Matthew 5:31. It says, "It was also said to you, whoever divorces his wife, let him give her a certificate of divorce." Now, what is Jesus quoting? Like I said earlier, he's quoting Deuteronomy 24:1. I was talking about this verse earlier. Deuteronomy 24:1 is where Moses permits a certificate of divorce. And in Jesus' days, many religious leaders treated this as a permission to divorce for almost any reason. Basically, how we see murder or how we see divorce nowadays. That if I don't like the way my wife smells, I might divorce her. If she hurts my feelings too much, I might divorce her. So this is what's going on in Jesus' time. It's probably about the same rate of divorce. People are getting divorced for small things. They are using this as a permission slip to get a divorce for anything, as long as paperwork has been given. So, as long as this paperwork has been given, it's okay. We can just get a divorce, okay? And it doesn't even matter. But Jesus is exposing the legal loophole mindset, meaning, yes, it is technically, it's okay for you to get a divorce. It's not against the law for you to get a divorce, but if I follow rules on paper, am I righteous? Is that not what the Pharisees were? The Pharisees are people who were teaching, and they were teaching laws, and they were following laws, but were the Pharisees righteous? Maybe from the outside, but their hearts were so far from God. So, Jesus is calling us to the law. He's not calling us to the law. He actually pulled us out of the law, and we are now saved by what Jesus did on the cross. So Jesus is not calling us to this legalistic loophole mindset where just because I follow rules, yeah, I'm a righteous human being. Well, actually, you can never be righteous if you don't have Jesus, because he is righteous. But then Jesus is about to show in the next verse, and I'll talk about this more tomorrow. So Matthew 5:32, that God's heart goes deeper than legal technicalities, that he cares about our faithfulness and the covenant that we have with our wife and our husbands. I'm not about to have a husband. I mean, for my wife, and if a girl's watching this, her husband, that he honors our faithfulness and he honors our covenant and he honors the stuff that we can give to one another. He honors us and he cares about damaged divorces. And he cares about divorces when used selfishly. So if you follow rules, but you are miss God's heart, so you can follow rules, but you can miss God's heart. You can follow rules, but you can miss God's heart. You can follow rules and miss God's heart. So you can follow rules and be unrighteous. You can follow rules and be far from God. So I love how I said this earlier, and I'm not trying to glorify what I was speaking, but this is exactly what the Pharisees were doing. The Pharisees, they were rule followers. They set the law. Or they didn't set the law, but they followed the law. They made sure other people follow the law. Hey, look at me. I follow the law. I don't break rules. I follow them. I don't break rules. Look at me. Look at me, guys. Look at me. Oh, wait. Actually, I am so far from God. Like, turn away from me. I never even knew you type of deal. And so we get to be with the Lord, and we don't have to manipulate rules and manipulate things to get what we want, because a real marriage, and this is so funny, I was talking to one of my good friends about this earlier. A good marriage, there should never be a divorce, because if a good marriage, if the center of their marriage is Christ, and they are perfectly in alignment with Christ, how could they ever get a divorce? If they're both in perfect alignment, if both of them, they're like, wow, I love you, but I'm sorry, I love the Lord more. And the Lord is the center of their relationship. And the Lord is guiding them, like one person, two people, and then boom, the Lord right here. So making a cross right here. The Lord, us, right here. There is no way that our marriage could ever fail. So this can apply to everything. This can apply to friendships, because even if you have a friend and y'all are having tough times, does that mean you should just stop being friends with them? I'm not saying you can't be, but I'm saying, why would you not try to work things out? Let's both put Christ at the center. Let's both be in perfect alignment with him. And then we can go from there. But if Jesus is at the center of it all, then there is nothing that is too big for him. And there's nothing too big for Jesus, even if he isn't at the center of it all. He defeated death, hell, and the grave, so he can easily restore your marriage. He restored sin of the world. He is a forgiving God, and he has forgiven us of our sin, and he has restored us from death, because the wages of sin are death. And he took that on him, and he took that upon him when he was on the cross. He bared, when he took our place. So Jesus defeated death so he can restore. He gave us salvation. He gave us freedom so he can give us restoration in our marriage and in our friendships, and if we have parent problems. So I can't wait to talk about Matthew 5:32 tomorrow. This is a great verse. It ties right into Matthew 5:31, obviously. But I will see you tomorrow. And again, Matthew 5:31, it says, "It was also said, whoever divorces his wife, let him give her a certificate of divorce." Okay, so that is an amazing verse. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know this is a long one, but stay in tune for tomorrow, Matthew 5:32. All right, see you. Peace.